Hey everyone. So there's something that's just just notice is coming up, pretty often when a contact form comes in or something, and it's having to, or being worried about not having enough time to train the dog, right? There's this belief that you got to set aside hours in your day to be able to do this, and when you are working, have kids, what have you, it seems very daunting, right? It's like, I just don't have the bandwidth to invest hours a day to train the dog. And that's just the wrong way to think about it, so trainers across the board will always say, like, training isn't like an event, right? Training is all the time. We say this to our clients too. Whenever your dog is out of the crate, they're effectively in training, whether you're training them or they're training themselves. And so, I think the best way to think about dog training or training your dog is just like, it's the lifestyle, right? That's another one that everyone says, and it's like, what does that mean? It's like, dog training isn't an event, it's all the time. I think about it as like, say, I don't have kids. I was a child once, but let's say I ran into my mom when I was a kid, and I'm running in from the inside, and I'm like, Mom, make me a sandwich. Nothing bad there, right? But my mom takes that moment to be like, what do you say? Please. Oh, Mom, can you make me a sandwich, please? Right? Having a polite moment instead of, the other way can be like demanding, but she's teaching me like life skills. She's not being like, oh, it's not training time, so now's not the time to teach you these things, right? So that's what it is like with the dogs. It's like, there's always a teaching moment in something. Yes, there's going to be moments that are active, like, yes, I'm going to teach you a skill. I'm going to bring you to the park and I'm going to work on your recalls or something like that, right? Like, those are some specific moments where we are training the dog, teaching them skills. But the other moments are like when we're inside the house and you're getting near the trash can, and I go, hey, don't mess with the trash can. There's nothing there for you, right? Teaching them that there are rules to the house. When we play games, whatever, it's like, just teaching them things in that regard, and so this is where I think things maybe just like confusing, and it's like, again, this is just, the dogs are living with us, and every moment that they're out is an opportunity to teach them something, whether it's a skill or just like, something that you maybe don't want them to do, or, something like that. Like, and it's just utilizing the time that you do have together in an effective way. You got behavior problems. Okay. You've got some things that, you need to work on. Okay, cool. So we got management, right? We got crate, being able to put the dog into a crate, leashes, all of these things, so that when we do come across those moments, we are in a position to help them out, teach them what we want them to be doing, because those things don't happen all the time, right? It's like, most of the time, most people's dogs are good. They're great. It's just mom, dad, son, daughter, what have you. Most of the time, everything is great. It's just in these like 5% moments when stuff goes south, like dog doesn't do well with guests or something like that. And then, something goes wrong. So yes, you would need to train in those moments. We need to like work on this specific thing. But other moments throughout the day lend itself to that as well, right? It's like, if we're only focused on the event, then we're missing all of the small moments throughout the day that can also be teaching the dog things, right? It's like going to the seminar over the weekend, talking about play, and all the aspects of play that can teach a dog things. You know, for example, one of the things he brought up was like an exercise called steal the dog. You know, so you're playing with your dog and then someone comes in with a toy or something like that and kind of teasing the dog with it. And what do? Do they disengage from the game they were playing with you to go after that other toy, right? That's a sign that we need to work on that, because that's no different than the squirrel, right? Your dog's coming to you and then like squirrel, and now they're running towards the squirrel. And that's how we can use that game to teach our dog to focus on us and not focus on the other thing. Because if the dog is like, hey, what's that? And then we run away, you know, hey, they're like, oh, where's he going? Re-engage with the game, you know? And so it teaches them that it's like, oh, if I want to keep playing, that's the guy who I'm playing with, not this one over here. I need to go back over there, right? And it's just teaching them how to prioritize that. But again, focus, right? And we're just doing that in a game. Excuse me. So don't think of training as events. It's just, you're just always training your dog. You're always just looking for opportunities to reinforce things that you want to be seeing, intervene in things you don't want to be seeing, and just having that mindset of that, right? Again, just like with the kid running into the house, hey, make me a sandwich, right? It's like, you understand that at any moment you could be teaching your child something, you know. Hey, this is not how you pet the dog's head. You want to stroke them, you know, don't pull on their tails, right? It's just like, those are those moments that are just happening. Hey, don't do that, you know. So yeah, that's just something that's been coming up a lot, you know, in phone calls and stuff. So just want to dispel that belief that it's that it takes hours upon hours upon hours to train your dog. You know, it's always training. You know, I'm always training her. Okay, so yeah, that's all. Bye.